Hello everyone. Now we will discuss relationship between a pixel with the neighboring pixels. In the last class we have seen how we can represent a pixel. Now we will see, suppose if we take one pixel, what is its relationship with the neighboring pixels. So now what we will do is, we will assume that let our system look something like this. Here I am going to draw a pixels. So there are 9 pixels here. I would like to concentrate on pixel P here. I will name this pixel as P. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pixels are there. In that I will concentrate on a single pixel P. This pixel P has a coordinates. We have seen the special coordinates, right? Similarly, this pixel will have a coordinates. The coordinates are x and y. This pixel P has neighbors. Then what do you mean by neighbors? A person or the people who are around me are called as neighbors. So you are staying in one house. The person next to your house is your neighbor, right? The person who is going to stay backside of your house is a neighbor. Similarly, this pixel also has neighbors. This pixel P has horizontal as well as diagonal neighbors. Firstly, we will discuss about the horizontal neighbors. Then we will discuss the vertical neighbors, and finally we will discuss the diagonal neighbors. Suppose if this is x and y, the neighboring pixel who will be next to it, the right side of it, will be extra one value more than that of the ordinates. In the last class only we have seen this x is growing towards downwards and y is growing towards the right. So the pixel value at this point will be y plus 1, whereas this x will remain the same. So the coordinate next to it, next to pixel P, the coordinates are x and y plus 1. So this is one pixel. This pixel is a neighbor of P. One more. Now if I move this side or horizontally, if I move on the other side, you have this one. This one is next to P here. So this pixel is also a neighbor of a pixel P. Then what are its coordinates? X value will remain same because it is not growing, whereas y will be reduced by 1 bit. Okay, so the coordinates of this pixel is x comma y minus 1. So this is one more pixel. So this pixel has how many horizontal coordinates, horizontal pixels here? You have a 2. So 2 horizontal neighbor pixels. 2 horizontal neighbor pixels. Next we will concentrate on the neighboring pixels above the pixel P and below pixel P. These are also neighbors of P, right? So now if we start writing the coordinates of this pixel, it comes something like this. What is it? It is x. So I am moving one value, one unit value above this. The unit value of this is x minus 1 comma y coordinate. Y is the same here. Similarly, you have one more neighbor which is a value called as x plus 1 and y. So this coordinate x plus 1 comma y is also a neighbor of P here. So how many neighbors are vertically neighboring of P here? There are 2 pixels. So we call it as 2 vertical neighbor pixels are there for this pixel now. So totally how many neighbors are there? There are 4 neighbors for this pixel. Okay. So we call such type of pixels who are neighbor to the pixel P, either horizontally or vertically. Such type of pixels are called as N4 neighbors. These are 4 neighbors of pixel P. We call such type of pixels as N4 pixels, where N is stands for neighbor. One more point to be discussed. The point is, all the 4 pixels which you are observing here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 4 pixels are at unit distance. Okay, they are at unit distance. So only I have taken the coordinates as x here, means it is x minus 1. This is y plus 1. This is y minus 1, and this is x plus 1. 1 unit distance. All the pixels are available. Now, whether any pixel in the world, if you take, whether that pixel will have 4 neighbors, let us look at one more example here. There is a possibility that one particular pixel does not have all the 4 neighbors. Example, this pixel. If I take this pixel as x comma y under consideration, what are its neighbors? It has only 2 neighbors. Therefore, every pixel whichever we pick up does not require it should have 4 neighbors. It might be having 2 neighbors also. Such type of a pixel which is having only 2 neighbors, such pixels are called as boundary pixels. Got it? So now, with this impression, we will move ahead now. Now we will discuss the diagonal neighbors. So this is a pixel P under consideration. Its coordinates are x comma y. What are its diagonal neighbors? See, if this is your north, south, east and west, northeast, if you go towards this direction, you are able to find out the pixels who are neighbor to this P. So that one, this one is a neighbor of this pixel and it is diagonally available. So it is x 1 unit distance. Always the pixels next to it will be at unit distance. So it is x means this will be x minus 1 and this is y means this is y plus 1. This is one neighbor of this pixel P which are diagonal. Let us go at this juncture. This is also a diagonal neighbor for this pixel P. What are its coordinates? It is x minus 1 and y minus 1. This is one more pixel which are diagonal neighbor to this pixel. You have one more pixel diagonally available. This one it is. It is x plus 1 and y minus 1. This is y. So it is y minus 1. You have one more neighbor here diagonally available. The value of that is x plus 1 and y plus 1 at a unit distance. So you have 4 diagonally available neighbors. Those are represented as ND. So diagonal neighbors of a pixel P are these. Now if I put up all the pixels together, how does it look like? Observe it is. Okay, now you observe I have write up all the neighbor pixels of P here. If I take a union of this, diagonally available pixels of P union with 4 neighbor pixels of P, together we have 8 neighbors of pixel P. Got it now? Therefore, any pixel if you take, if it has 8 neighbors, such type of a representation will look something like this. In a boundary pixels, what happens is, this N8 will not have 8 pixels. You know that if this is under consideration, if this P of x is this one, if it is available at the boundary, how does it look like? If P is available here, its diagonally available neighbor is only 1. Yes, and what about N8? N8 is also less. Okay, so if for a boundary pixels, this N8 of P will be less, also ND of P will also be less. Therefore, such type of a boundary pixels will not have fully available neighbors on all sides. This is a concept of relationship of pixels with the neighbors. Next, we will see why this understanding of the neighbors is required to us. Understanding of the pixels and its neighbors is required to us so that we can build something important called as connectivity. So what is meant by connectivity between the pixels? Have a look over this. There is an image. On that image, I have drawn a box here. I am going to shade this now. Whichever the part which you are seeing in a green, assume it as black, and whatever is in the box, it is obviously the white in color. The value of this one is 1, the value of this is 0. Now what we will do is, I am going to, this is my original image. Now I am going to apply a segmentation for this. If I apply the segmentation for this image, I should be able to retrieve only this part of it with a very much highlighted part. It is bit gray in color, it is not total white, it is bit gray in color. Now we will consider that as a white enough and we will do for segmentation. When we go for segmentation, it is very much required that whatever the pixels which are available at the boundary is important to us now. Because the pixels which are available at the boundary, I am going to check what are its neighbors. What are its neighbor pixel values? Suppose if this is 1, whatever the neighbor pixel values, if it is 0, we consider that this pixel is not connected to this pixel, connected to the neighbor pixels. Put it in another way round. If I take this value of a pixel as f of xy, this f of xy, if it is 1, we will call it as it belongs to an object. Simple enough? Yes. Suppose if this f of xy, if I take this pixel, if this f of xy is not belonging to an object, we tell that it belongs to a background. It belongs to a background. Yes. So like this we will do for all the pixels available at the boundaries. When I do that, I will be able to get that this part whichever is at the boundaries and inside it such that belongs to one group of a pixels, grouping of a pixels I am doing here. These all belong to one group of a pixels and this one will belong to a second group of pixels. We will differentiate them as a background as well as an object. This will help us go for segmentation. I am going to select this and I will apply primitive methodology which I have discussed called as thresholding, and I will pick it up this part, and that will help us for analysis. Same thing I can do it for such type of images where a image will have two objects. This is one set of object, this is another set of object. I can tell that whether these two are overlapped on each other or whether they have been separated based on the concept of pixel neighbors. So I am going to take this pixel and this pixels, continuous these pixels and these pixels, if I check, they are very farther enough because this pixel's neighbor is black enough and this pixel's neighbor is also black. So the backgrounds of these are the same, but this and this does not get connected. In this way your pixel neighbors will help us. One more way is, this is another object here. So two objects are getting overlapped. Now I can tell that this is actually a one object, and if I take a segmentation, if I apply a segmentation and if I extract that, it looks something like this for me. If suppose this is my background image and if I pull it up this looks something like this for me. So this is under my segmentation. So this is connected part, I will pull it up. So that in this way your relationship between pixels and neighbors will help us with the concept of connectivity. So how, when we can say that the pixels are getting connected? We will take some examples that will help you. Now, connectivity. When we can say the two pixels are connected? The two pixels are connected only if they are adjacent to each other. Then what is meant by adjacency? We tell the two pixels are adjacent to each other if they are neighbors. What type of a neighbors? They might be N4 neighbors, they might be diagonal neighbors or N8 neighbors, and their intensity values are also similar. Intensity values are similar. As I just now told, the pixel value 1 for white and for the background we have taken it as a 0. Intensity levels are different. If intensity levels are similar, we will tell that those pixels are adjacent to each other. Now if I go for binary images, let me give you an example here. Assume that there is pixel P here and there is pixel Q here. We tell that this pixel Q belongs to pixel P. How this pixel Q is belonging to pixel P? What is the neighbor relationship they have? The neighbor relationship between pixel Q and pixel P is N4, because this pixel Q is vertically neighbor of P. One possibility. Another possibility we will see. The second possibility. This pixel Q belongs to pixel P with the relationship of ND. Yes, this pixel P is diagonal neighbor of pixel P. One more possibility. Or this pixel Q belongs to pixel P with 8 neighbor relationship. This pixel Q is a neighbor of a pixel P if and only if it belongs to P with the relation of N4. Yes. This pixel Q is a neighbor of pixel P horizontally, correct? So it is N4P. So if these are adjacent to each other, this is adjacency, hold good. In all the three cases, this pixel Q and P are neighbors by adjacency rule. If they are adjacency, then we will go for the next higher level, connectivity. When we can call the two pixels are connected. as we have just now discussed, the two pixels are said to be connected if they are adjacent to each other. Yes, they are adjacent. What are the further conditions that can be applied, that are applied on connectivity? One is with respect to adjacency. We have seen how two pixels are connected. Now we will see how two pixels are connected with respect to the gray levels, with respect to the intensity. Let V be the set of gray levels used to define the connectivity. So now what we will do is, let us take 2 points here, point P and point Q. They belong to set V. Okay. So the first condition you should remember is, both the points P and Q belong to V here. So what is V? V is a set of gray levels. So with these points P and Q, we define 3 conditions here to tell that P and Q are connected. What are the 3 conditions? The first condition is for connectivity. The second condition is 8 connectivity. And the third condition is M connectivity. One by one we will discuss this. First we will discuss the for connectivity. P and Q should belong to a same set of gray levels, say V, and this pixel P should belong to N4 of Q. So the 2 conditions, if they hold good, then we tell that P and Q are connected. The 2 conditions are, P and Q should belong to a same set of gray levels, either 1 or 0, same set of gray levels, and this P should belong to Q with the relationship of 4 neighbor. Similarly for 8 connectivity. In 8 connectivity, this P and Q should belong to same set of gray levels, and this P should belong to Q with the relation of N8. That means this P and Q should be a 8 neighbor of Q. Last, M connectivity. M connectivity, there are 2 sub conditions being applied for M connectivity. The 2 sub conditions are, firstly, this Q should belong to pixel P with a 4 neighbor, or this Q should belong to pixel P with a N8 relationship, and the N4 neighbors of P and then N4 neighbors of Q should not be same. That means N4 of P and N4 of Q should not have a common pixel. That means if I take an intersection of these 2, that should belong to null. So 3 conditions are there. If I want to tell that P and Q belonging to a gray level set V, set to be connected. Okay. So the first one, for connectivity, P and Q belongs to V, such a way that this P should be a neighbor, 4 neighbor of Q. 8 connectivity, P and Q are connected if a P belongs to 8 connected of Q. And M connectivity, for M connectivity, 2 conditions. 1, either this Q should be a 4 neighbor pixel of P, or this Q belongs to N8 of P. It should be diagonally connected, and this N4 of P and N4 of Q, if I take the 4 neighbor of this pixel P, 4 neighbor of pixel Q, if I take an intersection of it, there should not be any available pixels. This one we will see with examples now. Firstly, we will see the for connectivity. So there is a pixel P here. Instead of taking a pixel P here, we will take the values here, intensity gray level values. This belongs to set V. This is one more, and we have this one. Now, 4 connectivity. Whether this pixel and this pixel, whether they are connected or not, we will see. This pixel and this pixel are connected with N4 relationship. Yes. So therefore, if I take this as P and this as Q, this Q belongs to P with N4 relationship. Yes. So they are connected. These two pixels are connected. Now, this one, whether it is connected to this with a 4 connectivity, no, it is not, because this, if we take this as P and this as Q, this Q belongs to N4 of P. No, this Q does not belongs to N4 of P with respect to these two pixels. Therefore, we tell that only these two pixels are connected. The connectivity rule is 4 connectivity. So, pixel P and pixel Q are connected using a 4 connectivity rule, that is N4. Next, we will look into 8 connectivity now. In 8 connectivity, we will take one more example here. The same example if I take, we tell that this pixel is connected to this pixel with the N4 connectivity. But when we are discussing about the 8 connectivity, this pixel is connected to this pixel, yes. This pixel P and this pixel Q, if I consider these two pixels, yes, this pixel belongs to this using a N connectivity rule. Whereas this pixel does not belong to this pixel using 8 connectivity. Clear enough? Finally, we'll go for mixed connectivity. Before I start with the mixed connectivity, let me give up one small example here. Why this mixed connectivity is important to us. Now, if I consider under the 3 conditions, we'll start with understanding whether the pixels are connected or not. This pixel is connected to this pixel. Yes, it is N4 connectivity. This pixel is connected to this pixel. Yes, it is N4 connectivity. This pixel is connected to this pixel. Yes, it is N8 connectivity. Now, whether this one is connected to this, yes, this pixel is connected to this pixel with a N8 connectivity. Now, consider this one now. The problem exists here. There is more number of paths being communicated between the pixels. Yes, multiple paths do exist between the pixels. If there is a multiple paths existing between the pixels, it is difficult for next further processing of it, whether it might be segmentation for that matter. That is the reason, to avoid such type of problems, we have mixed connectivity. What does this mixed connectivity tell? We have applied 2 rules here. I would like to write the 2 rules. This Q, if suppose there is a pixel Q and P and Q belongs to V here, this Q belongs to pixel P with N4, or this Q should belong to pixel P using relation N8, and also and there should not be any common N4 neighboring pixels between Q and P. There should not be there. Okay, let me take the same example where the problem actually existed. So this is pixel P. This was the example which we were considering. Now, this pixel is connected to this pixel using N4. Good enough. This pixel is connected to this pixel using N4. Good enough. Also, this pixel is connected to this pixel using N8 connection. Fine. Now, do we have any other connections between, if this is P, and this is Q. Do we have any other connections other than N4? No, it is not. Other than N8? No, it is not. It is only N8 connection. This pixel and this pixel, if it is between P and Q, whether any other connections? No. Here, no. Whereas this one and this one is connected using N8. What does the rule tell? It should be either this or it should be both. First one, whether it is this, yes, this one is with respect to this. This holds good. I will consider this. Next, let me see whether this also holds good or not. We should check that as well. Q belongs to N8 of P. This is Q. This is P. Okay, this belongs to N8 of Q. Yes. Now, for the move, AND operation is there. N4 of Q. What is the N4 of Q? This is N4 of Q. This is a neighbor of N4 of Q. What N4 of P? This is a N4 neighbor. Whether if I take an intersection of this, yes, if this is the pixel which I get, if I take N4 of Q and N4 of P, and it is not null, it is not null. If it is not null, this cannot be considered. We cannot take this connectivity. Similarly, if we have one more like this, we will take this one, this pixel and this pixel. We can either I can take that or I can take this. Depending on our interest, our problem is getting solved here. So this M connectivity solves a problem of multiple paths for considering the connectivity of the pixels. If we have more than these conditions, we will go for M connectivity. Any vertex, any pixels which are connected, we will call such type of pixels as adjacent pixels. Therefore, the connections with respect to N4, 4 connectivity, 8 connectivity and mixed connectivity, all these pixels we will call it as adjacent pixels. By using the concept of connectivity, adjacency and neighbors of the pixels, we can go for segmentation or any other processes of requirement. Further examples we will see in the next coming classes if required. Thank you.